There we go.
Okay, so I'll begin. This presentation is about AI in your learning journey and academic integrity. And just to give you an a disclaimer there that this is a work in progress because the way AI is changing, things can, like what is valid today can become invalid tomorrow. So it's kind of like when we are doing the presentation, there's always a disclaimer that AI, it's developing with the magnanimous way. So the things are changing every now and then. So I'm Rinki Suryavanshi from Digital Learning and Academic Innovations Office. And either I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I am Aida Almanza Ferro, and I am the Reference Services Librarian at Bell Library. And today with Rinki, we're going to be presenting on this topic. Thank you for attending.
Okay, so next slide. Uh, So just to give you a little bit overview of what is artificial intelligence, it's not something new. Uh, when I was researching and when we were researching it, this was actually coined in 1955. So not almost, like almost 75 years old thing. And it is about the science and engineering of making intelligence machine. So whatever we are doing like even a toaster is a kind of like AI. You put the bread, you press the button and it kind of knows what it has to do. So that's what is it's the definition from the Oxford Languages is the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that are normally require human intelligence. You when you don't have to think about something, that becomes an AI, and that's still the task gets done. And Encyclopedia Britannica, the definition is there: the ability of a digital computer or computer controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. So these are actually everywhere. It's like computer and getting things done. That's what the basic definition of AI. um, the next slide is about just a brief history of AI. As I was saying, this started in 50s. The Turing test, if you have ever heard about it, is the first one, and it's gone to GPT-4. Myself have not experienced GPT-4. I have used Chat GPT. I've used a little bit of Dolly, but it's again, there are creating AI to which creates antibiotics to kill the superbug. So we don't know what is there tomorrow in the future. There are things which every search engine or everybody is trying to join the bandwagon and developing it. So there's a big push for all these things, and that's why we as educators need to learn a little bit more about it, that how we can handle the situation if it grows beyond our imagination. Next slide, please. So there are a huge number of AI for masses, and as I told you, I have not experienced a lot of this, but there are AI for text writing like ChatGPT, Bing, and Bard. The one for coding, we have heard from instructors from College of Engineering that students are using it left and right. There are different ones for coding. You can create different kind of images with the different AI which is there for images. Presentations, later on in the presentation will show you what one of the things can do it for creating videos, for developing voice, for music, for research, for all the different fields. Now the specific AI is coming out, and that's helping as well as deteriorating the kind of things which we are putting. We were having a discussion in the library, and one of the colleagues said that her husband is an author, and he created an image for the book with the AI, but the publishers denied it. So it's not that everywhere it's acceptable. That's the reason why academic integrity part came into existence, that you might create something, but if it got uh, red flagged by things, this might not be accepted. So these things are still there, but might not be accepted by everywhere and by everyone. And that's what we are going to talk about a little bit here in our presentation. Next slide, please. So to begin with, there are some challenges and concerns which are there with AI. First one is privacy and security. It's always there whenever we are dealing with some new technology. The academic integrity, and another part is how it affects the students' learning. So privacy and data security is, next slide, please. Yeah. So chat GPT, it displays the chat history of other users. So if I'm creating a diet plan for myself, it might be available to the other people. So that's one of the things which is which affects my privacy. There's also possible exposure of your personal information, your name, email, even your credit card information. So that's also one of the things which is not yet clear, that how to and students identifying information can be there in the chat prompts. So if my email ID is there, my information is there, that can also be exposed to others. So that's one of the concerns about the privacy and data security. Academic integrity, I know everybody is talking about how to find out the originality. There are still tools like Turnitin says that in the lab setting, it can identify 90%, up to 90% level, that whether the text was generated by AI or by the human. So that's one of the concerns. Copyright, because as we know that the chat GPT it has data only till 2020, but from the other sources I've heard that it still has data till 2022, but still it can make up things. So if it gives you some information which is copyrighted, then it's again an issue for academic integrity. Along with academic integrity comes the policies. As an institution, the policies are, because I wouldn't say it's new, it's almost like 6 months old, but institutions take time to develop policies. So we don't have, we are, I think this semester onwards, we have excerpt in the syllabus, different variation or excerpt in the syllabus, which will be used by the instructors about the use of AI. So institution is clearly creating policies for using AI. Then it depends upon the college, which college wants to use what kind of uh, restrictions on use of AI or not. And then again, because instructors are the controller of the courses, so the policy is created by the instructors. So all these are the concerns with the academic integrity. Some instructors who are more experimental and think that these will be helping the students, they have an open door policy that okay, you can use AI as long as it's helping you to learn. But other instructors who are not very, it's their personal choice. They don't want students to use it, so they can also create a policy which is like strict no. So as a student, we have to learn what, because it again depends on this on the instructor. So we have to make sure that whether the instructor is allowing it, then the college and the institution, all that level of policies has to be aware. Students have to be aware about it. So these are just the perspective from a student's side. So the student perspective is when we want students to learn how to think, assignment becomes essentially useless once AI gets involved. So I have a high schooler, he's a junior. He wrote something and he was not very happy about it. He put it in the AI and asked it to improve upon it. And the kind of language which the AI gave, he was very happy. But when I saw that, I was like, no, you don't think at that level. It's like college level uh, presentation for you. You cannot, your teacher can easily find out. So you can take something. So he was like, why I'm doing an assignment where I don't have, it's just simply writing. I'm not learning anything. So that's what the students are getting. So probably our instructors also need to change the way we are giving the assignments, or how it can help colleges to prepare the students for the future. And that's what the AI literacy is important, because it can do coding, it can do a lot of things. And a lot of conferences where I have gone to, everybody is talking about. So this is a hot topic where student perspective has to be involved in understanding what they want to do, what students want to do with AI, so that the instructors can improve upon their courses. So all that about what should happen. Now, some of the benefits of using AI is it facilitates student-centered learning. It's not anymore about the teacher, it's about the student, because what they want to do. If there's a menial task of probably creating an outline. If they can do it from there, it's okay, let them do it. And then they can fill up those outlines. It also supports exploration and discovery. Students want to explore something, they can ask, they can use the AI and explore and discover things. It also reduces accessibility barriers. There are some of the AI which can read text to the students, and it's easier for them to understand with the accent, and also it reduces the accessibility barriers. It strengthens language acquisition. As I was giving the example that my son could get a lovely language where probably we used to take hours and looking for dictionaries and thesaurus in the words. So it also helps them to learn language properly. It fosters partnership among different disciplines. So you can have now a project where different courses from arts can also be combined with nursing, and then they can create projects like that. It helps in developing critical thinking. So the students, when they when and we are going to I'm going to talk about a little bit about the prompt engineering in the later slides, but the students can be motivated to think about the prompts which will give them the best answers. So those type of things can be there with AI, and also it will improve the writing and presentation skills. There are times when we don't have to think about the presentation, so this is good. But some concerns related with the use of AI is, again, academic integrity, privacy and data security. That will always be a big one. Over dependence on AI. So I know as graduate students, you are responsible for your learning. But when we go to the freshmen or sophomores who are coming to the universities, if they are over dependent on AI, they will like finish their assignments probably just an hour or two before the submission. So that can become an over independence, and they are not thinking about what they are doing. Potential for errors, as the data is not solid after 2020, so there might be errors. And it's been documented also that AI has a habit of blurting out facts which are not true. So that's also potential for error is there. Lack of accountability. When you are copy pasting something from somewhere, there is no accountability for these students. And social learning opportunities. Socialist learning or constructive learning is a big thing in education. So if we don't have that opportunities for the students, then there is no benefits for the students. So this can be some of the concerns with AI. So some of the strategies as a student or as any person can use is launching point for writing projects. So I myself, when I was doing my graduate studies, I used to get stuck with the introduction. So I used to always start with the method and all those things. So that is most of the things I have experienced that I get used to get stuck. So it will give me if I put up the topic and give me a launching point or a starting point, then I can start writing. So that can also be there. It can also be used for different modalities. If you are required to do a project, you can do it in a presentation format, you can do it in a video format, you can do it in a written format. So that different modalities are there for you to present it. Uh, it also gives us the opportunity to critically analyze the AI generated, not completely depending on AI generated text or AI generated image, but we can critically analyze it and improve, put our flavor into it, will also be helpful. It can also be used as a personal tutor. If I want to use German as a language, I can use it as a tutor and ask it to teach me with the basic German, which a tourist required to know about it. So that can also be used for in case of generative AI, and can also be helpful for the students. Some of the strategies is to use the AI is, again, use it for writing stuff, writing the stuff, for making images, coming up with the ideas. Again, as graduate students, you're required to do some kind of research. So it can, if you have some basic idea, you can ask, or if you know the field you want to study into, so you can come up with the ideas with that. You can make videos, coding can also be done, and then you can learn stuff with it. So I'm really excited about this slide, because this is the course which I recently did, and it's about prompt engineering. So AI is not that simple. It can be manipulated. It can be uh, made into benefit us, how we can do it. So this course was about prompt engineering and how if we engineer or create the prompt which gives us the answers we want, it will really help. So first one was audience persona. So you ask AI that you assume that you are this person, and then you'll create the task for me. So let's say ask the computer that he's a victim of cyber attack. So now respond what type of safety measures I should take to combat that, or ask the AI or let's say ChatGPT that you are a orthopedic and my knee is paining. So what can be the reasons for it? So then it will gather all the medical information and find out for that. So that audience persona really helps in creating the prompt and generating the answers for that. Another one is flipped interaction pattern. So in this one, instead of you asking the AI, you can ask it that I would like you to ask me questions to achieve X. So let's say I would like to ask you questions to help me create variations of my marketing material. So it will keep asking you the questions. Like let's say you will ask ChatGPT that uh, ask me to find out how many mosquitoes are there in my yard. Ask me questions related to that. So it will start asking questions. What is the size of your yard? What is the season? Where do you live? Did it rain recently? Or do you have plants there, or you have concrete yard? So those type of things will help you figure out what kind of things you need to ask AI to give you the answers. The next one is question refinement pattern. So whenever in this pattern, you can give the condition that from now on, whenever I ask you a question, you are going to suggest a better question for me to me so that I can get some output. So I really like these type of prompt engineering, which will benefit us to give us the kind of answers we want to generate from it, and it will help us more into the refined manner in case of using the AI. Uh, is this me only? Yeah, it was me only, sorry. So this is just a workflow of how you can use AI to create a video. So you can use ChatGPT for script development. Then you can use Steve.ai to script the video. You have done the script, then you can use it to create the video. And then you can use Clipchamp to create a natural sounding voiceover. So this is the way you can use multiple different kinds of AI tools and create a animated video. This is just an example to show that this can be done. And this is on the horizon. I'm really excited about what Microsoft is doing. And this is called Copilot. Ida, can you play it and let's see whether we can hear it?
Can you hear it? Let me check.
No, I don't think so.
I'm able to hear it, but I don't know if you are.
No, we are not,
Oh, sorry
actually.
about that. I'm not sure how to put it on.
Uh, you actually, I think live on YouTube. Uh, if you're not able to see it, we are going to share the slides, but I would suggest that do definitely watch this What's on Horizon from Microsoft, because it will really open up your eyes that what's there in the future and how it will make our lives so much easier. Next slide.
And now we'll go into ethical considerations for AI. And these considerations are crucial to ensure that the AI technologies are used responsibly. This is why Rinky and I reach out to different faculty to gather their feedback on whether they use it or not. Again, like Rinky mentioned earlier, all the policies are based on individuals, so it will vary by courses. And some of the feedback that we received is that faculty strive to understand how AI tools work and the implications of using them. They do not want students to just rely solely on AI without using their own comprehension, and to not use AI tools or services to engage in academic dishonesty, like plagiarism or cheating, or using like shortcuts to complete assignments or especially quizzes and tests. And they clearly explain the use of AI in the course and provide the information about how students can actually use it. And they want students to be aware of the potential biases in AI algorithms and encourage students to use critical thinking, not just to base everything on AI. And again, this is very important. AI can assist, but it shouldn't replace a human judgment. They always will have either the library or tutors to help as well, so they do not rely only on AI. And there are some examples of how they mention that students can use AI. Students can work on machine learning projects such as building predictive models or natural language processing applications to gain hands-on experience with AI and deepen their understanding on the subject matter. They can develop natural language processing application like sentiment analysis, chatbots, to explore the power of language processing algorithms and their applications. In data analysis or data mining courses, students can use AI tools to clean and analyze datasets more efficiently, speeding up the process of gaining insight from data. And AI can be used to clarify research questions and generate keywords. I thought this was pretty cool because especially for librarians, the most common questions are, how can I come up with a thesis? What are the best keywords to use? And we teach them how to do it. But it would also be nice if they can use an AI tool to actually brainstorm ideas or look for synonyms, so they can feel more prepared to do it themselves. And also AI can help to generate specific research focuses instead of a general concept, like inequalities. And more feedback, the students could use AI to create intelligent, no-playable characters or build decision-making algorithms for game characters. That's pretty cool as well. I wish I knew how to do that. And students can compare and contrast answers provided by chatbots with an explanation for the correct answer along with the rationale. And students can help for a project presentation on how large language models can be used in various domains of science, lead and engineering for reasoning and inferencing based on publicly available tests at various levels, for instance, high school or college. And students can research and analyze ethics and biases in algorithms and data sets, helping to raise awareness of ethical concerns and promoting responsible AI use. Advanced students can engage in research projects focused on AI, such as creating new AI models, improving existing ones, or exploring emerging AI applications. And I have some in my notes, some of the faculty emails where we received the feedback. One of them is from sociology. And for example, he likes students to use AI tools to create concept maps, locating scholarly sources, proofreading references, and even copy editing. And also they see ChatGPT as a collaborative colleague with whom they can brainstorm ideas and seek input. So that is very nice that this instructor has actually add that into their assignments. An English professor likes students to use AI tools to farm data, like find large sources on a topic via ChatGPT or publish paper using Grammarly. And I actually downloaded Grammarly and it helps me whenever I'm typing my email. Sometimes I type real fast and I don't pay attention and I have a lot of misspells. So Grammarly highlights and tells me, oh, you meant to say this. So that's been going on for a while, but it's nice that faculty are actually asking students to use it. And another instructor from first year seminar like to use AI tools to generate ideas, not only ChatGPT, but Claude, and using prompt to rewrite the passage for clarification. So those are just some of the tools that they mentioned. And we actually came up with a guide that shows AI tools. If you have your phone, you can scan this QR code and it's going to take you to the guide. Otherwise, I'm going to share the page and I'm going to send the link in the chat. 1 second. I am sending it in the chat right now. And I'm just reading a comment from Leticia. That's really interesting seeing how faculty are using it in the classroom. Yes, and we got like both sides. Some of them are really proactive and they really want students to use AI tools. And others are still trying to learn and they're not really allowing it. But again, we're going to tell students always, always ask your instructor first. So
I know that Dr. Benedetti with the doctoral program that for Ed Lead, they were talking about it last week because the dissertations are so big and in their chapters and stuff, looking at what do those tools look like, but where's that fine balance of let's proofread some of this stuff to get some of these small AP things so you can move on to your research versus letting it write for you. So it was interesting to hear their back and forth and looking at the different tools. And he says he likes to just play with them and see what they're all about because he's like, how can you know if people are, you don't even know what they are. So it is an interesting conversation.
yes, that's true. And actually, we took that into consideration when creating this website. So this is a library guide for using AI tools in research. And on the homepage, if you scroll down, you're going to see the AI tools listed but broken down into sections. And we added some for that the sociology instructor included and that we got from feedback. So for instance, we have the research tools. We have Perplexity AI. This one, I thought it was pretty cool because I click in there and then it took me to this website and you can pretty much ask anything. And I'm just going to put like, what are the necessary sections of a resume? And then search. And then it tells you right away like contact information, professional summary, work experience, education. So this is just an example on how you can use it. I've actually used it to email. So sometimes I have like a lot of words that I need to type on an email, but I'm not sure how to start it. So I just type, please type an email covering this and that, and they'll write it for me in a professional way. And we also have writing tools, Grammarly, a lateral site, and all of these are free. And make sure to click on them and verify that they're not going to ask you for anything. Some of them might ask you to log in using Google. So you might do that, or you can just continue as a regular guest. Then we have summarizing tools. And we also have Chat PDF. And this one is pretty cool because you can upload the essay. I'm sorry, not the essay, but let's say that you're reading a lot of articles and students don't have time to read them all and they just want a summary. They can actually drop the PDF right here, 10 pages of an article, and it's going to give them a short summary of what it was about. So this one might be super helpful for them. And we also have video generator and voice generator, as Rinky mentioned earlier on the slides. We also had image generator. I like Dolly. I have actually done some designs, but you only have like 3 or 4 tries for free. That is the only thing, because now that I tried to do it myself, it says you're out of coins. And I'm like, wait, I never used any coins. But I guess that's their way of saying you already used all of the credits that you had for free. And the multi-purpose chat, of course, ChatGPT being chat. And we also added right here a disclaimer. If students are unsure if a certain use of an AI tool is an academic integrity violation, it is their responsibility to reach out to their faculty to ask them. Now, we also added a tab regarding ethical use of AI and the implications. So sometimes the implication would be the validity of the sources. and research misinterpretation, how some tools may have biases, or how once they use it, it can be plagiarism. And as long as what was I going to say? Sorry. As long as they are going to add it into their references, which I'm also going to cover right now, they should be okay if the instructor is okay with them using it. So if I scroll up, I'm going to have citing AI. And here, if they're using ChatGPT or other AI text generators, I broke it down into tabs. So if they're using APA, they see how they can do the in-text citation or their reference, and the link to check the APA style for more information. It's going to take them straight to the APA 7th edition. The same goes for MLA and the Chicago style. Now, if they're citing AI images, we also have it broken down into APA, MLA, and Chicago. And lastly, if students aren't sure they should use an AI tool, they can always do fact checking with lateral rating. And here we have some examples and videos for them to make it easier. But they can always reach out to us. And actually on the homepage, I have my information. They can click on my name and they can email me that way. And again, I just send the link on the chat. And that would be all from me. Do you have any questions?
I don't. One, I'm just a little blown away because I did know about it, and I've used it a couple times for like emails, just to, I don't know what to say. Here's my idea, and then it kind of cleans it up. I really had no idea, one, that our faculty was already kind of using it in the classroom already. That's interesting to know. And then Linda and I were texting each other because you had mentioned someone had mentioned it for using like checking of references and stuff. And where Linda and I, in grad college, Linda has the responsibility of like thesis and dissertation to check, to do checks. And that's a big issue we have is students who submit, their references are wrong. And so we both kind of notated that as something to look into. I'm not quite sure. I would probably have to do some testing to check again, like the validity of it before, like I would recommend, hey, go run your references through, such tool to double check your stuff. But I go, that's interesting that eventually it might evolve into that.
And I'll take this moment to reference to Zotero. That is a great tool for references. It's also free. They can just download it through Google. And if they're using a website or an article, they will automatically be added into it once they click on the little Zotero picture in the corner. So that can also be very helpful to students.
So either do we have any service with a library like RefWorks where the students can have an account with the library with RefWorks, and then whenever they click on or they write like Smith and Smith 1980 it and add it to RefWorks, the RefWork will generate the reference for them.
Yes, it's actually Zotero.
It's
Because
Zotero, okay.
yes, they used to be using EndNote, but now IT told us this semester that they ended the license with it. So now we're starting to provide workshops on the use of Zotero, which is super helpful. But we just started this, so we're hoping to get to more faculty to be aware
So
of this.
that can be one of the workshops which you can do it for the students, for graduate students, because I know creating references was always a very big pain actually.
Yes.
So that automatically creates it in the style which you want at MLA or APA, then it's easier.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it has pretty much all the styles. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna note that down too, because yeah, especially knowing that now that's the one that the university has chosen to go to. Yeah, we'll put that down on our list of stuff to to put out there. We'll see about a presentation.
Yes, and if you would like for us to go to your class, librarians are starting to do that, just to teach about Soteros are really basics, really quick, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And sometimes students bring their own laptops, so we make sure that they download it, and before they leave the class, they already have it in there.
That's good. I'm just fascinated by this.
This is really cool.
Yeah, so either you can stop the recording. But now we can talk freely. um, but we are more than happy to do it again if you want